So, thank you for like joining the observation today. So like, I want to see like what do you see that was great during the lesson?
So one thing I noticed was students were like really engaged. Like they were like asking questions, they were raising their hand to like answer the question she was asking, and like they were like many of them still had like a higher depth of question as well, like where they're thinking, which I thought was great.
I thought it definitely because of the demographic of the students, they were ESOL students, and them being able to recall that info very quickly and just following those rules and procedures without missing a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the transitions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the transition was good. Something that stood out to me was that, like, as Miss Fisher was walking away, Aubrey stood up. Like, I know Aubrey from last year, she started giving out the papers, and I was like, oh, like, is Miss Fisher hiring, like, for this job?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, this is my job. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, because that's actually one of the strategies in establishing rules and procedures from one of our elements. Anything else we felt was a strength?
I thought the integration of technology for the informal assessment,
Yeah.
like I never noticed that in Google Classroom you can put a multiple choice question and have it displayed of who answered what and everything like that. So I thought that was really, really cool.
I thought that was cool, and also just her like having the students like open up their Chromebook automatically knowing where to go.
Yeah.
Like her procedures are very, very clear and evident in her class.
And it's actually, like, again, one of the Stallion 7 models. And then with that question, Ms. Fisher also went over informal assessment. Like, just to start the class, she got an assessment, like, to where students were at. Another strategy that she used, which is, I guess, part of her personal, was the previewing strategy. Like, when she gave out the article, when students were highlighting keywords, and it kind of, like, is going to lead students to kind of think, like, how can I use that in a math class? I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, and even like I like how she said that. Oh, we're going to write about what we think this article is going to be about.
Yeah.
After I know we didn't get to see that part, but I thought that was cool. Just like highlighting like the title and highlighting like the bolded words. Like, what do you think this is going to
And
be?
using the different colored highlighters as well.
Yeah.
I think also will really help them memorize it.
And they probably already know what color.
Oh,
like,
100%.
pink goes with
Yeah.
this, and who goes with this.
And,
Like it's just back again to the establishing the procedures and rules of the classroom.
and the language learners, it really does help them because
Yeah.
now they like know already. Like,
They
okay.
know like, oh, pink is the
Yeah.
title. I know now. Like that's important.
Anything like you walked away with? Obviously, Miss Kuzan is definitely gonna like, and
No,
we
I
are gonna
wrote
go
down the
find
same
out.
thing. I wrote down the same thing about because it's such an easy like informal assessment. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys, open up your Chromebooks, do your bell work. You have so much data right there.
Yeah.
Which,
I really like that.
yeah.
I
I've
need
seen
someone to teach me how,
Yeah.
how to do that.
Well, we're gonna find out from her about like
Yeah.
the whole feature for Google Classroom, like
Yeah.
putting in a bellwether question and doing multiple choice. It's a great strategy, and also the doodle notes, like how they
Yes.
like were. I noticed that they had different colors for the different. So I guess from the text, they then highlighted the same color on like the nucleus of the cell, and that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Also. That's
And I really
awesome.
like the fill in the blank notes
Yes.
as well,
That's
especially
really-
with the language learners. I feel like it's a lot easier for them
Yeah.
to understand the information
Mhm.
without having to like actually transcribe everything.
Yeah. I also really like the choral response, like
Mhm.
how she made like, oh, say this word after
Yeah.
me, and like so they get the practice of even like just saying words in English as well, like so they're understanding like, oh, it's just not just nucleus, like they're finally understanding, and even like the definition she has them just recite back, so it makes it easier for them to understand.
And it was awesome you noticed that, Ms. Kuzan, because it's like our Stallion 7, and we were there for 14 minutes, and we were able to see so many different elements in like such a short period of time. Like, they're living in Miss Fisher's class in her own unique way, and it's like awesome that you guys kind of got to see that also. And it's part of like what we do in the school. Like, you don't need like a whole hour lesson. Like within that
No, exactly.
time frame, she hit so many different things. It was like
Yeah, it's
kind of like my hand was hurting already.
I know. It was really cool to see like a science classroom. Like I'm so invested in math. Like it's cool to see other classrooms of different subjects and see what they do differently. Like I do like some things like the same. Like I establish rules and procedures, but like sometimes I don't have a student helper. But she knew that Aubrey was like, oh, That's
Yeah.
my job, like, and she just knew to go and hand out those papers.
No, it was pretty like, I
Just
thought it was,
fluent, like,
Yeah.
very fluent and easy transition.
it's like, as she's walking away, Harvey's getting up, that was a boss move.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
good. Well, I guess we'll continue to fill this out and then like, we'll see each other next time for